According to new reporting, the most senior non-political appointee at the Treasury Department is stepping down, David Lebrecht, because Elon Musk and his allies were evidently pushing him to allow them access to our country's most sensitive payment systems. My name is Dina Sayegh Doll with the Midas Touch Network. Let's break this down. So David Lebrecht, the one who quit, was there for 30 years. He served under many administrations because his job was not political in nature. And this system that Elon Musk was trying to get into was not a policy or political in nature. It was more mechanic. It was literally how people got paid, how they got their checks, their Social Security checks, their Medicare checks. It wasn't about policy. It wasn't about who's going to get grants or who's going to get loans, all that freezing memo that we saw last week. No, this was about once you've decided someone's going to get the money, this was the system that literally was able to send people the checks. And so this is why not many people have access to it, because it is so functional in nature, and why he pushed back against Elon Musk and why he quit over it. So if you're asking if Trump is still trying to make America better, in this way, he's making America worse, because you have somebody who has been there 30 years quitting because Trump's close ally, shadow president, is trying to get him to do something he's not supposed to do. Now, in terms of where Elon Musk is now, we know he's still part of Dodge, and that Trump has now brought Dodge from outside the government to inside the government. It's replaced the Digital Services Agency inside the government, which now creates a whole bunch of conflicts of interest for Elon Musk, since he has federal contracts that he is going to have to come to terms with, and probably some lawsuits are going to hopefully help him come to terms with that. But let's talk about this payment services a little bit more. And in particular, just so you can get an idea of the vastness of this payment services, and frankly, how much Americans rely on this payment services that Elon Musk was trying to get into. In 2023, that system processed 1.3 billion payments, 1.3 billion payments to Americans, counting for $5.4 trillion, nearly 97% made electronically, according to the Treasury Department. Every payment was made on time. So the really disturbing thing is you have Elon Musk here, who seems to actually not really understand the function of government. You can tell in a lot of his ex posts, but also somebody who doesn't care about the rule of law, as we saw with him trying to buy votes, on the campaign trail, and also somebody who has promised that he's going to cut billions of dollars from the budget, trying to now get access to this confidential payment systems, which has, as we just saw, trillions of dollars going out to people. And this is not ever been seen or used in any political nature. Again, this is seen only as a mechanical, this is how you get the check, this is how you send the check. But we have, so more to be revealed about why Musk was trying to access this. But we saw with that freezing of the memo and the rescinding and going into court and all the back and forth about whether or not they're planning on freezing the money. The whole idea is that they were using Trump was using the grants and loans that Congress had allocated and trying to stop them from going to allies, Democratic allies, organizations or states that were using this money supporting Democratic values. I mean, it was even broader than that. But at the end of the day, he was trying to use the money to punish people, punish political foes as he sees. And so you have to question why Elon Musk was trying to access all these payments to people, because how their MO is using money to punish people. Are they trying to withhold money to payments in blue states? Are they trying to hold payments, regarding, how you voted? I mean, we have no idea. The fact is that they're not being transparent, obviously. And also, there is no valid reason for him to need access to this. And he pushed so hard for access to this that this man resigned who had been there for 30 years. Now, this isn't the first time that Elon Musk has forced an important government official to resign since Trump was elected president. FAA Administrator Mike Whitaker resigned because of Elon Musk's resentful calls for his resignation. This is especially disturbing now in light of the recent plane crash. And what did Mike Whitaker have the audacity to do? Well, he had the audacity to fine SpaceX for safety violations. And this was even before the very recent SpaceX rocket launch that failed and the debris went into the plane flight paths and the planes actually had to divert. This was even before that. And Mike Whitaker had a chance to defend why the FAA was in fact fining SpaceX, because Elon Musk was sending letters to Congress saying that this was wrong, that they were doing it. And this is what Whitaker had to say when he testified before the House of Representatives Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure Subcommittee. He said, quote, SpaceX been around 20 years, and I think they need to operate at the highest level of safety. And that includes adopting a safety management program. That includes having a whistleblower program. That they launched without a permit. Can you imagine? Fines are the only tool we have to get compliance on safety matters. And then at that same hearing, he also addressed the FAA's plans to delay the fifth launch of SpaceX, which was, they delayed it to November 2024. And Elon Musk was upset with that too. And the FAA administrator said the reason why was SpaceX had failed to conduct a proper sonic boom impact study, and that it was allegedly using unclean water to cool the launch pad and its system. So these are, things that we want our FAA administrator to look at. We want our FAA administrator to make sure that rocket launches are safe, because Elon Musk, it's not just your airspace. Your airspace, as we saw with that most recent debris from the rocket, interferes with commercial planes that are also flying. But these really common sense measures, fines. This is the richest man in the world was so incensed that he was getting fined for safety violations that he called for the ouster of the FAA administrator. And because he controls Trump, that FAA administrator resigned. And now we are in a situation where the man in charge in the Treasury Department of our sensitive payment systems has resigned because Elon Musk was trying to get him to do something he wasn't supposed to do, which is give Elon Musk access to the mechanism in which we pay trillions of dollars to Americans in checks and Social Security and Medicare, checks that they rely on every day.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Midas by signing up to the Midas Touch newsletter at MidasTouch.com/newsletter.